All right, I want to do a little bit of acknowledgement of some error on my part. I'm just checking this term by term, see where I might have made a mistake. And I did catch one so far, and it's this one right here. And that corresponds to this part right up in here, that one. So if I have k equal to n minus 2 and n happens to equal 2, that should say k equals 0. So that is a mistake on my part that I luckily caught this early in the problem. All right, let me give myself some space here. Okay, so now I've got the exponents to match. So the next layer of this conversation is getting the indices to match on the summations. So kind of highlight what I'm staring at here. So I need those all to be the same number so that I can combine it into a single summation symbol. And the easiest way to get those to match is if I expand the ones that can just go forward 1 unit. So if I take the ones that say k equals 0 and I physically go, all right, let's plug a 1 in and let's see what we get. And then the next term in that sequence will be k equals 1. Okay, so the k equals 1 things I'm just going to collect up together real quick. And the k equals 0 ones, I'm going to expand those out. So let me just copy the k equal 1s one, the k equal 1 summations. Let me copy those. Alright, so it's that first one, and then the 4th summation. So I'll kind of highlight which ones I'm copying. So this one I'm copying, and then this one I'm going to copy as is. Okay, so the other 3 summations, I want to expand them out and then convert those all into k equals 1s. So in, let's see. So in this first one right here, this guy, if I evaluate it at 0, that's going to give me, so I'll put a plus here, so that's going to give me c 2 times 2 times 1 times x to the 0. And then the very next term in the pattern would just be the summation from k equals 1. And then everything else I get to copy down. Okay, scroll down there a little bit. Okay, so then the next one we're going to tackle is this guy. So again, evaluated at 0, so that's minus 2, and at k equals 0, I get c to the 0 plus 1, so c 1 times 1 times x to the 0. And then we'll expand that summation out. So c to the k plus 1, k plus 1, x to the k. All right, so that takes care of that. And then one more to go. Ooh, let's see if I can, yeah, I'm going to throw it at the end here. Okay, so we're going to do this last one here. And so if I add 0, I get c sub 0 x to the 0 plus k equals 1 to infinity c sub k x to the k. All right, so let's collect up all the non-summation terms. So let's simplify that expression. So let me highlight the ones that I'm talking about. So these guys right here, that one right there, and that one right there. So let's collect those up and put those in the front. All right, so that's going to give us 2c2 minus 2c1 plus c0, c0, plus, and then let's collect up all of the terms, but now I can do it under a single summation. So it'll be a big, giant pattern of these. So we got, what, k plus 2, k plus 1, and I'm going to factor out an x to the k at the end. I'm going to be very assumey here. Oops. Let's not put that far back. So we'll put an x to the k at the end, because all of these terms have an x to the k. Plus... Oh, I dropped my c sub k plus 2. Okay, plus k. All right, I have to acknowledge another error on my part. It's not going to change too much, but this, highlight this. So this term right here has a minus 2. There should still be a minus 2 out there. I just didn't copy it over when I. Man, you got to be really careful with these. It's really easy to drop an exponent or miss a number. So I understand that these take a while and they're long and they're easy to make silly mistakes, but you know, you just got to push through and make those mistakes. All right, so that said, looking at my k plus 1 terms, I have, let's see, k plus 1 times k, and then I have minus 2k plus 1 on that. So if I put all of that together, that should be k minus 2, k plus 1, c to the k plus 1. And then lastly, oh, see, I was assuming I'd fit that in there. So now we just need the k terms, c to the k. And that's just the k plus 1. X to the k equals 0.